Very perfect. And we're gonna be good to go to start things off. Yeah, I'm ready. With the music, when we transition, there's no music on the other side, so we're good.
Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Connie and I'm joined here with Trixiel aka Chase, and we're bringing you today the first week of action on the ALG Masters League. Now this is very exciting for us, obviously me and Chase having some previous experience casting and getting to know everyone. This is a new step for us as a duo, and for everyone, you know, we're going to be really enjoying the next 2 months of Call of Duty gameplay, all leading up to, of course, Cold War coming out in November. But, you know, I'm quite excited, Chase. How are you feeling about these two teams coming up for us right now?
I'm I'm extremely excited because not just the fact that this is our opening game in this league that has been super hyped up by not just me, not just you, not just the owners, but even the people, the fans of the teams competing within it. We are also, I'm also super ecstatic and excited to see some of these familiar faces that I have noticed already within the league. Specifically, in a player performing to date, who I had no clue was somebody I coached maybe a year ago. And it's going to be great. It's going to be an awesome, exciting experience for me to see how this player has, grown. And it's going to be exciting to see how the other players perform in their opening match tonight.
Well, I've got to say to you right now, we do love reunions in Call of Duty. This is one for you right here. Obviously, your friend that you coached before a year ago. I mean, I don't really know anyone here, and I guess it's kind of exciting. I like to see new faces and talents kind of shine through when I've spent all year myself coaching and playing, getting to know everyone in the European scene. The American scene is no different, really. Especially this year, it really has had some breakouts in Sibilance, Paul the HX, 540. But I just want to kind of get to know these players. I've got a lobby right now loaded up. I mean, it's going to be Clarity versus Violence. Clarity, obviously, a well-known team, respected. Violence, also a well-known team and respected. But Chase, going into what is going to be a Petrograd Hardpoint, who are you really looking into? Like, what would you say personally would be the best approach for both teams, specifically if you're sporting on that bad side on Petro?
I genuinely think that Petro is going to be one of those maps that are instrumental to start off a series winning. Especially when you're looking at this entire map list, not just Petrograd for the first one for Hardpoint, but you're looking at Arklov Peak, and you're looking at following Arklov Peak. We got ourselves a Gunrunner, we got ourselves a Ramaza, and a Petrograd. We are loading in right now, though, so 15 seconds left in the timer before the match starts, so we're going to be jumping right over to the match screen shortly, folks. So let's get it. This is Team Violence up against Team Clarity, the match you guys have been waiting for.
Dare I say it's going to be a special one right now, Chase, but loading in is going to be, of course, the Clarity boys spawning in on that good side right now. And we are looking a little bit excited right now, but I'd say it's going to be a bit more of a special one, knowing that these teams are both experienced, both know what's going to go on. But now it's going to be the first gunfight there, and Alu wins it again. He's pushing through all the way through spawn. Invictus doesn't really have any idea as to, take care of that. But looking into this first hill chase, what we're saying so far, I do think it's going to be more of a Clarity hold going into this, because the Violence right now aren't really breaking through into that P2.
Right now, you're seeing a lot of gunfights actually on 3 different avenues on the map. As we see the gunfights over by the point go the way of the team in Coalition, that's Team Clarity, and we got ourselves Team Violence still holding spawns for P2, which is very important in any of the Hardpoint maps, just to grab that spawn control for P2 right off the bat, and they're doing a great job in keeping close quarters control around the street sort of spot there. But as you're going to see, number 5 on the mini map is going to creep his way into that hotel over at point number 2 and even get the first engagement to go his way, and that's going to start being a thorn in the spawns for the side of Violence. But number 0 is going to catch him with his pants down in the kitchen, and that's going to be that kill going over to Violence. But the spawns are all going to come in now, and the reinforcements are there, and we're going to see ourselves with Team Clarity on the point, grabbing some time.
Definitely right now, as you're going to be seeing, of course, Clarity with a nice 30-point lead there going into what's going to be a very tough P2. The kill feed's all blue. Clarity, Modern, they have a huge free piece, really is taking control, establishing what's called dominance on the map. But then again, we're going to be seeing some players who push through Hotel to try and break through. But then again, G comes in with a huge kill of the AR, holding up a nice position there, making sure no one's going to get through across that mid or across that Hotel. But looking into rotation now, you're going to be seeing some players from Clarity actually start to push out and rotate. But of course, Violence being a safety net, they're going to catch them and take them down. But I mean, it's very, very one-sided right now. I mean, Clarity, what we're calling now is going to be a very comfortable 60-point lead going into P3. I mean, the comfort's there. Modern is now on an 8 spree at 11-2. He is taken off and frying a little bit here, but breaking through, keeping it comfortable is what we like to see, Chase.
Okay, unfortunately, though, I have, while you've been casting right there, I was reading up with the chat, keeping up with them, and what I've heard is that the team names are swapped, in fact, right now. So if you can just, on the production side, just swap over those team icons so we at least get that correct. And we're going to have blue end up being Team Violence, and we're going to have red end up being Team Clarity, guys. So for the stream, I'm sorry, guys, for that. But we're going to keep on rolling as it looks like Team Violence is actually the one on the upper hand. And they're breaking up 100 points first. And they're leaving their opponents on such dry land right now, over with only 19 points. They're on scraps right now. This is scrap time points in which they have right now, and quite frankly, they're gonna get some scrap time points to kind of pass that 25-point mark. But we're in for a treat if you are a fan of this Team Violence side, who are just absolutely dominating and thrashing their opponents in this opening hardpoint.
Most certainly, my side. I mean, listen, if you're playing in the fire, there's nowhere to swim, and right now it's going to be Team Clarity getting absolutely dominated right now by Team Violence. But right now, Modern at 17-5 is having the best time of his life right now. He's actually finding kills and just moving around, really taking down this Team Clarity side. But I don't know. I've got to say to you right now, it's very slow from Team Clarity to get going. I think Lucid was on, although he's doing well, it was actually Invictus there. He was on a 1-10 when I last checked, but now he's starting to find some serious pace. If you are Team Clarity, you're going to need to take some clarity here, and you're going to need to actually start to rotate early. I mean, if you win like 2 gunfights off the break of a new hill, it is huge for your team and the pressure, because right now, Violence are putting on so much pressure. They literally have a nice 100-point lead going into the first set of rotations, now P5. They could close it out realistically like across the next 3 or 4 hills if you look into it, Chase.
It's so interesting to see sort of how the score lines are sort of telling, like not the score line necessarily, but looking at the KD department for both teams. You just see it right across the board across Allegiance's side. So that's Team Clarity. Just you got 3 players sub 10 kills at this point in the game. 5 kills and then 4 kills on 2 of your players. The straggler on your opposition side, so the team ahead, Team Violence, is only at 7 kills right now. Like, you should be able to punish that. That is a low kill mark, but your team is lower than that, and it's showing up by a long shot in the score department right now. Especially when it comes to time. Right now, the time leader right now is opposing over on the side of Team Violence, and he's dropping 9 kills. He still hasn't even passed 10. This is incredible for their side. There's so much trust in their slayers, Zed Songs and Modern, and then Alu there also stepping up, being almost the 3rd slayer in on that team. It's so much well coordinated movement, trust in your teammates' abilities to get their kills when they're 1 versus 1, sometimes even when they're 1 versus 2s. The side of Team Clarity really just need to pick up this pace, or if anything, they need to start making their opponents start to play their pace and grab control of pacing for the next few hills and really string them together. And right now they're doing a great job in finally stringing this hill's time to go their way, and even look to break 100 points before their opponents, the team in lead, Team Violence, break their 200.
Definitely right now, Chase. I've put up the map for you right now. As you can see, it looks as though that Team Violence have opted right now to go for a rotation, and of course being slightly dominant here. I won't lie to you right now. They're sort of getting a bit too complacent, because right now number 9 here, you're seeing Lewis, who's actually going to push through Kitchen right now and cause a gunfight to happen on the hill and take over. Now, of course, these arrows here on Violence, we have to chase back and try and find that kill, but again, it's just wasting time because now you're going to give the chance right now for Team Clarity to set up, and now that they've control of pool, all of Violence trying to do right now is just try and get them out of that spawn, because once you spawn there, it can either be one of the worst spawn traps of your life, or dare I say it, one of the biggest floods of your life. And right now it's going to be 30 seconds left. We're looking more into how these players are going to run about, but again, number 4 G right now going to opt to sit in mid and just try and get some coverage for his team. And again, he loses his life there, and now you're going to be seeing Team Violence wrap back early and opt to play for a win on P3. Now Chase, which player here on this map so far is impressing you? Because mine right now has got to be Modern.
Yeah, Modern player I was told ahead of time was even a selected as sub for this Team Violence side, is really stepping up and actually dropping 28 kills. I apologize to those of you in chat that are very comfortable and know these two teams, are familiar with both of these teams, but I just didn't know much about either of these teams going into it. I had high hopes for Alu, one of the player that I coached previously, and knowing that he was a very strong individual. He's being outshined by two great players on his side in Team Song and Z Thongs. Oh God, in Modern and Z Songs or Z Songs, and yeah, like the Domination's in right here. You know, they have prime time to rotate over, get their man to rotate over to P4, and they're even spawn trapping the other team in the spawns really close to P3.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Everything is just going the way. Everything is just going the way of Team Violence.
I mean, right now, look at this.
Said and done.
Team Clarity itself combined have around 60 kills. Modern has half of that, and he's only played one map. But looking more into the actual gameplay itself, I mean, it has been a runabout for Team Violence. Team Clarity themselves is trying to really just pick up where they left off and try and get the rotations in. But right now, you're seeing all these players push through P1. Frosty there trying to, you know, get some coverage. But now the spawns are coming in for Team Clarity. They've got to push through the store here right now. And with the pre-fire coming in, that nade right there in your hand, Modern, will not help you because someone's pushed around your back. That'd be Lucy right there. He gets taken down in return. And it's going to be 10 points, closing it off now. It looks as though Team Violence are going to win this one here, Chase. What are we saying so far, though, for the overall gameplay about number 1?
You know, I am seeing a bit of a slower gameplay style coming out of the losing team in this one. As you guys are going to see, Team Clarity wins. No, it's going to be Team Violence for the first map. But you know what? If I am a fan of Team Clarity, and I just saw my team lose, but play that map nice and slow and play it slowly, but also still rack up that much points that they were able to get there, almost, you know, more than half the points their opponents had. You know, Team Clarity, I feel like with their pacing, might be a really good search and destroy team for this one. Coming into Arklov Peak, search and destroy, you're going to have to be slow, you're going to have to think a bit methodical, and you're going to have to play for those picks and sometimes even be patient if your opponents are also playing slow.
That genuinely...
So it's all going to come down to the search and destroy, folks.
Most definitely, and I couldn't agree with you more there. But I think when it comes down to how these teams themselves want to play, you have to really kind of focus up a little bit because they want to win. Both teams do want to win, but when one team as dominant as Team Violence there, as I'm now going to quickly pull up to you the gameplay again. I mean, if you look at everything across here, you're going to be seeing a good 60 kills combined between Modern and Songs. I mean, there's nobody here on the Clarity side that hasn't got anything positive, other than, of course, Lucid there with some huge kills pushing around the back. Invictus as well, getting some initial trades, but 1 and 10 to start with on a Hardpoint. You really need to focus up, and you really need to make sure that you can actually, you know, have a good mental reset, because after losing by a good 120 points, if I was a player, Chase, it'd be difficult to regain from that.
Sure, it's got to be a rough one, especially you know, dropping low numbers and your opening map of the series, not just series, opening map of the league, and you're starting things off on stream as well. You know, there's got to be quite a bit of pressure on those players. But wait, what?
No need to worry, Chase.
People in chat asking for us to refer to teams as different names. You know, that's
VO clan.
That's not how the cookie's crumbling for us guys. But thank you guys so much for enjoying so far the casting, and you know, continue to interact with each other in chat and cheer on your teams. We love to see the cheering going on, especially when you guys are cheering on you know, your compadres. You know, if you're an owner of these players, definitely be proud of either team here. But we're quickly going to get things sorted out with the next map. I'm going to get that figured out. And Connie, he's going to talk to you guys a bit about CDL so far and a lot of this roster mania stuff that's been going on.
I mean, CDL's a bit different right now. Obviously, I think going into Cold War 4v4, you know, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. It's going to be hard to actually regain if you are, of course, a professional player. But challenges is getting more exciting now across NA and EU and APAC because we have more competition now. An easy way, really, just to enjoy the sport itself, because it is a growing sport still. Despite having all this funding from the league, you have to really look into the players and how they want it done. Of course, having middle management from the actual league officials themselves. I'm excited for Cold War personally. I'm excited for the way the league's gone. I mean, of course, Team War and Triumph themselves and Renegades have all won champs this year. Unfortunately, Singularity and a couple others, Singularity, Carnage, and Chiefs did not manage to win the big one this year. But I think there's a lot of breakouts this year as far as players go and everything. I mean, I can just compare some of these players to competition and what it's like to play. But I think, from what I'm seeing in chat, to go back to the game, I think you don't really want to write off Team Clarity. I've heard Team Clarity are pretty good at S&D. As far as everything's going to be going, though, I would like to see Clarity come back and take map number 2 and continue to have a more fitting game.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I believe everybody has in chat. Actually, if you guys in chat quickly, I want to see you guys. We're gonna do a quick little poll. So if you guys think that Violence is gonna win, VO you type in chat #team #VO win, or if you think Clarity's gonna win, do #Clarity win. Okay, guys, we quickly want to see what you guys think in chat. Then we will tell you guys what the chat's prediction is as a total, and then we'll see if that goes your guys' way. We are going to get you guys into that match. I believe both teams are ready here. Connie, are you ready with the production?
Aye, darling, couldn't be happier. Let's make sure we get something good going here, and that I actually have the right team names on this time, because that was quite embarrassing on the first map.
We're going to make sure you got that stuff sorted out.
Yeah, we're all good to go.
And
just make sure that these boys can actually load it and actually enjoy it.
Okay. I'm gonna get our match seconds going down here as we're gonna start getting stuff loaded in. I'm gonna quickly touch on the fact. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I got all these votes in chat here, and it looks like right now #VO winning is dominating right now. So chat definitely in favor of VO or Team Violence, who already have taken one map in the series. We will see if you guys are correct, or if Clarity can shock the viewers.
Shock the world, more like.
Unfortunately, we do not have any bonuses for or any sponsorships with Chipotle that will drop you guys burritos if they get over a certain amount of kills here, but we do have some great gameplay, and it's coming to you guys right now.
Of course it is, and now as we're going to load into this map here, it's going to be a bit more of a comfortable one now for Team Clarity themselves. The setups here, as you're going to be seeing right now, are a little bit more fitting, but now, with the nades coming in over onto this A bomb site, it looks as though that Team Violence are really going to push up and try and get it down aggressively as possible. First combat's coming in there. Alu, of course, finds it right there on money. I can't really see anything for the other side right now. It's very early on, but Invictus there could hold a really powerful position down there in that little cutaway. But again, he got stunned. They know he's going to be there. So how Violence now going to do is going to wrap onto A-bomb, try and win some gunfights here, and G needs to hold down this trench if he wants his teammates to really just find something good. But Remarks there with the huge flank. He now is going to be found and taken down. But then again, it's going to be another situation. That's going to be a 2v4. Team Violence again having another favoured side here. G there finds another kill, and when he get another one, yes, he will. This man does not wait around. That right there is a huge first start round there from G, and Team Violence getting it under the belt. Chase, very, very classy here, and some excellent stuff here coming in from G.
Superb work coming out of the side of Team Violence, and like you said, G stepping it up in this map. I don't have the stats right ahead in front of me from last map, but I don't believe he was one of the stronger standout players. I believe, Modern. It was Modern, Z-Songs, and Alu who led the charge for that team, for Team Violence last map. So now it's time for maybe their S&D star G to kind of shine now. So,
kind of shine, yeah.
As we're hopping on We're hopping on in with G just to start things off after his first performance in the first round of this map. And he's going to look to play middle, but instead of catching a kill, we're going to see Frosty get taken out, and then CCLP Money on the side of Clarity, and Team Violence still on the front foot, and even making a larger, getting themselves in a larger live lead here, as another kill comes in from the nade, I believe, on Remarks. And that's going to be a 5 versus 2, and that's going to look like it's going to be about the round here, unless we get a bit of a miracle from Clarity. It's last performing players here. I think 2 of them here left. It's going to be a 1 versus 5, and that's going to be it, folks, as Team Violence wins that round. Not a lot of violence, more just, not a lot of, you know, back and forth gunfight violence, more so assassinations from what I saw that round.
It's more so that, but it's also the fact that, you know, you're going to be seeing some of these players right now, especially with Violence caliber, they're just going to be a bit more aggressive, because obviously after a huge map 1, these players do not want to muck around in the S&D and Arklov, because Arklov, as you may or may not know, really is a fickle map. I can't really find anything positive to say about it other than it will cause a lot of stress on people that play it. Now, as we go back into the actual game itself, again, Violence again are going to go for a B push this time. Very, very nice. But then again, G is currently 5-0. 2 rounds in, 5-0. Remember that. And especially if you're going to be watching an A flank like that, G needs to make sure he can find him. A Modern there with a huge snipe. This is a star in the first map. He now is starting to find some more comfortable closure for his teammates. But then again, Clarity themselves, they're just going to push around, try and get B1 sorted. But Alu there finds a huge 2-piece. That, of course, will get some more pressure off them. But now Clarity again will find it. 1v5 situation. P Money, my man, is going to try and sort himself out here in the back. But with bomb down, a 1v5 isn't the cards chase. Probably not.
He gets 1 kill, but unfortunately gets taken out right as he was about to cook that nade and throw that nade right into the mouth of a hungry player, and instead that hungry player just snaps on in with his AR and eats him for lunch. It's going to be a round going over to Violence once again, stringing together 3 rounds in a row, coming off of the first map win as well as having a player, their S&D star right now in G, coming out here tenfold right now in terms of the kills and the performance that he's putting out on for you guys right now. This is just right now they're just laying out Team Clarity like you know like a girl on a first date, you know, that's kind of what's being happened.
Exactly.
We're on right as we're on with Team Clarity Remarks right now, as he's going to look to inch his way over with the rest of his team, and, you know, some of his teammates get dropped in the process here. He's going to look to try to catch another kill. Instead, his teammate's going to grab the kill for him. Another one's going to get taken out. Now he's going to get taken out, so it's all going to be up to a 1 versus 4. Make that a 1 versus 3 now, and that's going to be it, as Team Violence wins their 4th round in the Search and Destroy.
4-0. Wow, so this is bloody brutal. I won't lie to you. But then again, Team Violence are showing up quite well here. I can't even smile, to be honest with you. I mean, we've got a match every single night now. I could really get used to this, to be honest with you. I mean, watching COD to this caliber, I'm quite happy. I mean, I would like to see some form of structure come out from Clarity's side. I mean, I would love to see it, but so far I have not seen it, Chase.
It's just, you know, it's unfortunate. I gotta say, it's just unfortunate, unlucky. That's what I gotta say about it. As we're going to try and get you guys in here with some action from one of the players on the side of Team Violence here. And this is going to be Zed Songs, who was one of the stronger gunners on the side of Team Violence in the Hardpoint to start things off. And, you know, not the First Blood King so far, but let's see what kind of damage he can do, as he's going to be playing in the back. And we're going to go on with Modern right now, who's playing in the back with his sniper rifle, like looking like Cammy out here, as one of his teammates is going to get the first blood there. Then the next 2 kills are going to go Clarity's way. So now we're going to see Clarity with the life lead. Oh my word! This is a 4 versus 3. Make that a 4 versus 2. Clarity stringing kills together from Frosty's sniper rifle. The man's got frosted tips, and he's pointing them in faces of these players, and G comes in and takes out Lucid. That's going to make it a 2 versus 3. Can the 2 versus 4 go the way of Team Violence? Time's ticking down. G gets another big kill. G! OMG! He's coming in big. This is 2 versus 2 now. 14 seconds left. The bomb needs to get planted. by the side of Team Violence. Are they going to get the bomb down? The bomb is going to go through. No, it's not. The kill's going to come in from a Marks. That is remarkable from him, as he's going to save that round and get the round to go the way of Clarity after it looked like Team Violence might have clutched up and snuck the win out of their teeth.
I mean, well, if you saw it there on stream when I was watching G there, he had the chance there to take out Remarks, but Remarks got very comfortable there, took out the kill, and won at that very beautiful round there, making it 4-1. We'll switch sides over now. I do believe it's going to be Team Clarity on the side of offense. I don't know. It's a bit difficult because when you look into this game and you look into these people, they're a little bit more comfortable, and I think G at 9-1 is showing real comfort. He, of course, I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of looking at everyone, seeing where they're going to go, but I haven't really seen anything B related in a good 3 or 4 rounds. I would like to see the bomb being planted there, but then again, Team Clarity are going to go, you know what, nah, A's working every single time, let's go there.
I again agree with you 100%, and you know that's how a lot of teams, and I even found that in you know, if you looked at a lot of the teams in the CDL and even some of the teams in the Challengers, majority of them, just seems to be that comfort push bomb site on this map. B just seems so risky, but right now, because both of these teams have just been hitting that A back and forth, it's sort of conditioned each other to just expecting it. And it's going to be interesting to see now with these later rounds in the Search and Destroy if any of these teams are going to try to jump on that and take advantage, as right now, Team Violence up in live lead, making that a 2 versus 3, making that now a 3 versus 0 as they're able to close out that round. And yeah, you know, it's do or die for the side of Clarity. They really can't afford to go down 2-0 in this series. This is your opening series on stream and in the league, and you're up against the opponents right here, Team Violence, a team that is heavily in favor by chat right now.
Chat right now, of course, I've got some knowledge, of course, with how these teams are performing beforehand. What am I going to say right now? Team Violence, 5-1. G, 11-1. There's so many ones, but 1 is the amount of rounds that Team Clarity have won so far. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on, really. I mean, it sounds like an upset, to be honest with you, because it sounds like Team Clarity actually had some good card coming into them, but Violence are actually playing like a proper team. You know, their setups are incredible as far as most of these rounds are gone, but number 6 Remarks there has pushed up so far. He, of course, will find a player. Will not chow it, because it does look as though he is going to be really beneficial here. As you look at the actual full map itself, Violence is spreading out. Number 4, G's made a huge play here to go inside house, and he wins the gunfight there. Modern as well gets another one. That right there is Swing in motion. 3v5. Team Violence themselves are now going to try and get something going here. As G will find another player down here, and he takes him to dinner, and he asks him to pay the bill. G now will find some more. Of course, Frosty is the last man alive, and I don't think he's got it. There you go, Chase. You have it. It's going to be a 6-1. It's going to be a Violence 2-0 up. And Domination's next. I don't know about you, but I'm not confident about Team Clarity going into Domination.
You know, sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles here and there, and you know, tonight it's just not Clarity's night right now. It's not, you know, it's nothing like a platinum selling track like Zed's Clarity. This is some sort of, you know, start of the season Modern Warfare Clarity. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a team that's not fully prepared to, you know, and practice on this game like they probably should be. But again, I don't want to roast them too much. It's early on in the season, for this Masters League. So there's a lot more matches to go, and you know, yeah, there's a lot more matches to go for them to continue to learn and grow. So it's going to be interesting to see how these teams sort of look to both perform against their future opponents. But right now, it just looks like everything is going to go Team Violence, and I'd be willing to you know, wager on a fact that, you know, Team Violence even closes this out in 3.
I'd like to point out to you right now, this game has been out for nearly a year, and I've never seen scorelines like this since the very beginning of this game coming out. Now, looking back at the game itself, it's a bit risky. I mean, obviously, you're seeing here again a 6-1 win. G there, 13-1. You had a 13 KD. I haven't seen a KD that high since Simper Champs in Black Ops 4. You of course have players like P-Money and Lucid here dropping combined 2 kills. Actually, P-Money and Lucid's deaths combined just about outwin G's kills. Now, that is concerning. If I really was looking into it, just take it slower. Now you're coming up to what I do believe is Domination. Domination themselves, as a game mode, as requested by Activision, is the most balanced game mode and the most tactical forethought. Chase, I don't know what you're looking at right now, but I hope it's at me, because I really am getting your attention to Grips. Look at that smile. We love to see it.
Yeah, right now I'm just making sure we got the map and mode set up for the Domination, guys. As for those of you guys that missed it earlier on, we are going into a Gunrunner Domination for our third map and possibly final in this series. So for those of you guys that missed everything so far, starts off, first map, Hardpoint, the storyline set, Violence is the team that most of the people in chat are cheering for. Most people think are going to win on paper, and they prove it, putting up a score of 250 to 139, not even breaking 150. Very convincing, or somewhat convincing as well there. And then moving on over, we have ourselves the Search and Destroy that is just a flat-out demolition. Could have been a 6-0, but ends up being a 6-1 for the side of Team Violence. And it's all up to this Domination now. Every single map is going to be something that Clarity needs to win, and Clarity needs to, show clarity in it.
But realistically, Chase, how can Clarity win this? How can they win it? Because if you look at Clarity, they just lost by 120 points in a Hardpoint. They lost 6-1 in an S&D. You're going into Gunrunner Dom, and I won't lie to you. Let's see how they play out and how they want to win this. But so far, to make you all aware,
if I'm Team Clarity's IGL, I'm telling everybody to just shut up right now and really get in their bag, because so far they just haven't been acting like themselves lately. Get those Kit Kats, get those coffees in them. Maybe even take a bit of Adderall. I don't even know if that's even that serious right now. But, they need something to really get themselves going here, because this Violent side is about to sweep them on stream for the first match in the Master League, and that's not a good picture.
It's not a picture anyone really wants to see, but if you're looking more into it, I mean, I can't really root for them because there's nothing really going. I mean, it's all about love and respect, but hopefully Clarity can pull something remarkable here. And speaking of remarkable, we're now going to be onboarding the gameplay first off with your man Remarks. He is currently 0-9, as you'd expect, but right now making a huge play here to go through and secure some kills. Unfortunately, he does get taken down, and that is not what you want to be seeing. But again, it's going to be a huge fight for B, really. Number 8, PR Money. He loses that gunfight again. But then again, Invictus holding a good position here with the AR. He can actually get a huge pinch here and watch over his teammates. But looking at the spawns right now, Violence again are just trying to flood out and try and get that A flag, because A is the favoured side here. And dare I say it, if you have 2 flags to 1 and it's a strong hold, you're going to be seeing a comfortable lead here for the side of Clarity. But I can't really say much. I just want to see how it plays out, because these plays at the beginning of the match and at the end of the match are important in Domination. Everything in between is just pure aggression. Now, Chase, who are you really keeping an eye on for this one?
Right now I'm happy. I'm happy with Team Clarity and their performance right now, with the fact that they were able to get themselves 2 flags and continue to hold it right now. With the spawns at A as well, C spawns. I personally, when I looked at this game and I watched Gunrunner and Domination, I always felt like C spawns were the favored ones and were better to hold a BC and then really be oppressive around A in the spawn trapping. But right now it's C is getting passed around like a napkin at a dinner party, and it's going back and forth, changing hands, and D flag has just been completely controlled by Team Clarity right now. Even though there is a bit of there's that gunfight, there's the do-si-do on it, nobody from the side of Team Violence has really touched it much. But right now, as I'm saying this, folks, that flag is going to go over to Team Violence, and they're going to now have themselves a nice BC. And even look to make a stranglehold happen here with jumping onto A and trying to get the neutralization. Unfortunately, that's not going to come in, but you know what's going to come in? That's going to be G's shots over by Cole, and he's going to be able to help hold that one down and keep B in the side in favor of Violence.
Very true, my son, very true. But again, G holding down P3 here is very huge and critical to keeping Team Violence in a good spot of control here. But it looks as though the way these two teams are playing Dom right now, it's probably going to be a case of who wins B, because I'm not really seeing any real intermediate strategies here. But then again, 5 Modern makes a huge play to neutralize A. That again throws off a little bit of pressure. But then again, when Frosty tries to recap it, it comes down to him to win a gunfight, which he does so comfortably. Now, looking more into Invictus, he's playing more of the control here on this B side. Again, he'll find players through the middle, pick them up, take them home, and make sure that they are getting home safe. But again, the lead, there's no real lead, there's no contention here. Domination's looking close. I could see Clarity realistically taking this Dom. I could see them taking this Dom if they play it like it is meant to be played, and that is making sure that you can cap that A flag, that B flag, and securing a neutral on that C flag. Now, Chase, what really is your thoughts right now that Team Clarity are actually winning the kill feed here? A huge, comfortable 5 sweep there.
I didn't think that Clarity was gonna, come out this hot in this map, but whoever their IGL is right now is really putting in work to help his team stay focused and stay on top in this domination, because Gunrunner Domination can be one of the most hectic domination maps out there, especially around boiler control. That's one room that you can't hold B if you don't have it. And they're doing a great job at holding it, even through flipping spawns for a bit and having their spawn contested. They have been able to hold this B flag for quite some time, and even keep a player like Invictus right by A to even hold it as a neutral. They're up ahead, having one flag neutralized. That's not going to hurt them that much. All they're doing is trying to look to hold a lead and make it, grow it to be more than just the points that you're seeing the lead at right now, the difference that you see the leads at right now. And first half, it's almost going to be coming to a close here with 77 to 60. So it's becoming closer for Team Violence. I think what's going to play the biggest factor in this domination is going to be how the second half starts out. It needs to be the same intensity, the same level of success that Team Clarity got off the get-go in the first half. They're going to need to duplicate that, replicate that, clone that success, and see it again at the start of the second half. As this one's coming to a close, Team Clarity going to be the team ahead at the halftime mark.
Again, it's one of the things, really. I mean, of course, a nice 20-point lead there for Team Clarity. Positive reinforcement there. I won't lie to you. Clarity played a really good dom in that first half, right? They controlled B, they controlled A, and their ARs tend to have more success against the sub power of Violence. But going into this one, I do believe they're going to be spawning up on the C flag. Don't get me wrong. We'll check that. But oh yes, still on C flag. So I don't know. They might play for a flip off the break, or they might just cap C and go straight to B. I'd recommend my first option, because you don't want to be holding C and B for the majority of your game, especially when Alu there is taking your head off with a frag grenade. I would like to see more composure coming in though. But CCLP money, going for events, finding some control first off. He will see Songs there behind the heady, and he will not find the kill. It looks as though that the power of Modern Warfare is taking him out there. But looking at it, number 1, Alu again is actually going to wrap around and pinch them here on B and get control sorted for himself. But no, that's going to be Frosty spinning on him, 15 and 9 on a free spree. Nice bit of power there coming in from him. He's looking after himself. I would like to really have some comfort, if you know what I mean. Frosty there finds one in Boiler. That's going to be 4 for him now. As again, Alu will go for the chow and take him down. That is something they're chased. But what are you saying right now? I mean, of course, 2 caps there for Clarity. It looks as though they're finding more control and more presence. Are you happy, Chase?
I'm always happy. I'm a very positive-minded person. Even though, when you see a team that you're rooting for not performing as best as they did, especially the first 2 maps, but, right now, especially with nearly getting this trip cap in at C, with the pesky number 4 still not being found out by the player in number 8 in Team Violence. Oh my god, can number 4 get that chow when he does? Oh my lord, that's going to be C going over to the side of Team Violence. They're looking to pose a threat now. I think Team Violence might be able to flip this game on its head right now, especially with a massive triple cap that they're getting with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Yep.
Team Clarity, they need to get back in that A spawn control. They need to find that comfort over by A once more. And right now, they're just not being able to find it. It's like when your mom takes the last cookie out of the cookie jar after telling you that you're going to be able to have it. You know, you've done so well throughout the day. You're about to have it. And then she just forgets it, that she promised you the cookie, and she just starts taking it and eating it in front of you. That's kind of what we just saw happen for Team Violence right now. But Team Clarity, they're able to find Clarity somehow, some way. They're able to find B and C, control them for the meantime. Boiler control not in their favor right now, but that player leaves Boiler, so now they're going to have control. And now Cole also going to be all in control as the gunfights are going to go the way of Team Violence, and this B flag might get passed around like a napkin, like C was in the first half, folks.
Let's be realistic here, Chase. Okay, so that was a good triple cap there from Team Violence. 8-point difference now compared to a 21 from the start of this half. I think it comes down to Team Clarity not realising that you need to have an AB, and they're spawning at C right now, as you're seeing up inside P2. That they're taking so long to spawn out. These ticks are coming in. Team Violence realistically can win off this hold alone. They can win off this hold alone right now, but G does see players spawn up. They will get taken down again, but then again, remarks. He's taking some remarks to his face, but then again, it looks as though he'll get taken down again in green. Frosty now going for the C, but does eventually decide to dip off it, and instead opt to try and get something going here for B. Team Violence, though, off this new tick, are going to take over and go 127-127. I do think until Clarity gets something going here at B, they're going to be on high pressure. 1 minute 30 seconds left. Team Violence, self-control. Chase, close this out for me. How are we looking into it? How are we going to see it?
OMG. I know it's cheesy as hell to say, especially with G on the team, but, you know, when his name fits in that well, it just, like, he just held that B flag. He took out 2 players that were contesting that from the side of Team Clarity, and right now he just made the difference factor happen. Even though he's not leading in his team in the kills, he just made one of the most difference-making plays right now. But now you're going to see Team Clarity come alive here to try to grab 3, but instead they're going to lose it because they spread out their players so far that things are just not going to go their way. There's 45 seconds left. You need to see a 2 flag hold. All of the players get wiped off the map as G gets a massive 3 kills in the kill feed. And that's going to be it, folks. That is going to be the nail in the coffin right there with that triple cap, solidifying Team Violence as your winners of this map, and also going to be solidifying themselves as the series winners in the opening night of the ALG Masters League. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. This has been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful series to cast over so far. Even though it hasn't been the most competitive, I just love seeing the performance out of Team Violence, especially with this last map just coming down to the wire. Coming down to the wire. As the scores are 168 to 138. Definitely not what we would have predicted coming off of that first half from Team Clarity. And, you know, everybody in chat, I thank you guys so much for cheering on Team Violence, and all you fans of Team Clarity. Do not hang your head too low. Your team's performance was great in that domination. They showed a ton of composure in the first half. They shocked a lot of people in the first half. And quite frankly, they showed a lot of life in that first half that we didn't see across the other 2 maps. And that, my friend, is a good sign coming out of your first map, coming out of your first match in this league. There's a ton more to go. There is a ton more to go. What do you think, Connie? What do you think?
I think they got bullied. I think they got bullied bad. That's what I think. I mean, if you want to look into how they played it, A was perfect, but going into the second half, I mean, they got trip cap for 20-30 seconds. Clarity, what are you doing? What are you doing, Clarity? Have some clarity in your brain and realise the domination is not a case of we can spawn in C and expect to get some control. It's a case of you need to get your A and your B sorted. Or even playing A and C. You just spawn up water tower. Or you spawn them out deep. You just have to have something going. But now I'm I'm looking more into a case of writing to my head teacher to let them know that Clarence got bullied that badly. We might need to get him on something much better. But that will conclude it for today. Yeah.
Connie, you'll always be the bad cop to my good cop, my dude.
I'm just honest.
Well, all of you guys, right before we leave you, all of you tuning into chat, we got to let you guys know what the matchup is for tomorrow, and I'm gonna pull that up right now. Hopefully on Twitter. I believe you guys have already seen that. That's pinned up with the ALG's Twitter, and let me just make sure I can double check that right here. Yeah, so tomorrow's match is going to be Bastunity versus ADS Gaming. Interesting. I don't know either of those teams, and you yourself also don't know those teams, right, Connie?
No. That's what I'm excited.
No.
Hopefully,
So
hopefully it's not a free out because I want to see some competition going into us. But
well, okay.
The first day means nothing.
Tomorrow's going to be a surprise for us. We don't know the teams, and then for you guys in chat, it's going to be a treat, hopefully. And if it's not a treat on the gameplay end, we're going to try to bring it as a casting duo and make it a treat on the entertainment end from us. And we could not thank you guys enough for tuning in tonight. And we will see all of you guys hopefully on stream in chat tomorrow at 8:30 if we can make it on time again.
Listen, darling.
Again, apologies.
Oh yes, of course. Big apologies for that. First, I get everything set up, make sure everything looks good. Hopefully, the stream has looked good today. I've had a lot of comments in the chat saying that we look good, and everyone else is looking fantastic. But of course, going into tomorrow, a bit more on time, a bit more professional, and a little bit better from us, as well as the teams going into it. We're going to end it here. Me and Chase saying our final goodbyes.
You guys wanting an interview really badly, but unfortunately, we don't have the interview stuff set up for the stream. We are going to hopefully have that set up for you guys either sometime this week for interviews, or we're going to get you guys on the interviews for next week. For certain, we'll get them at least for next week, okay? But thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We hope you guys had a great evening. Connie, you want to roll us out?